Hello, this is Mark again, and we'll be covering in this section basically Genesis 2. It will be under basically we're finish up with the seventh day and God's rest, and also be covering the creation of man and the planting of the garden, the fruit and the forbidden fruit also be covered. And with the forbidden fruit, that's actually will begin set the stage for where Adam and Eve. This is the only commandment that God gives man of not to do, and this kind of sets the stage for this whole journey of mankind and how they were they were given everything. And then after what they were giving, they got threw away from the Garden of Eden, and that Jesus paid for the original sin, which was they basically ate the forbidden fruit. So this pays for Jesus pays for the original sin of when Adam and Eve ate the fruit and all sin. So that's what Jesus died for. And we will also be covering Adam's names, the animals, and the creation of a woman. Okay, we will start with Genesis 2. Thus the heaven and the earth were finished, and all of the hosts of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all the works which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sacrificed it, because that in it he had rest from all his work which God created and made. There are generations of the heaven and of the earth where they were created. In the day that the Lord made the earth and the heavens, every plant on the earth before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up in the midst of the earth water the whole face on the ground. And the God formed man in the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. And the Lord planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man that he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, God good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Notice there are two trees. And a river went out of Eden to the water of a garden, and from thence it was part and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, Pison, that is, which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of the land is good, and there is bdellium, and the Oxyan stone. And the name of the second river is Gileth, the same as that composed the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hedioch, that is, which goeth towards the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. Okay, now the forbidden fruit part, Genesis 2:15. And the Lord took the man, put him into the garden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, this shall not eat, for in that day thou shall surely die. And the God said, and now Adam, basically, this part, the 2:18, is where Adam names the animals. And the Lord God said, It is good that every man should be alone. I will make him any help meet for him. And out of the ground God formed every beast of the field, every fowl of the air. And it broughteth unto Adam to see what you shall call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name therefor. And Adam gave the names to cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But Adam was not found a help meet for him. So basically in 2:21 through 25 is the creation of one. Now, the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. He slept, and he took one of his ribs, closed the flesh instead, therefore, and the rib which God came taken from the man made he a woman, and brought her upon the man. And Adam said, There is one bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh, and ye shall call woman, because she was out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleaveth unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife were not ashamed. Now, I got a comment on this one. If you notice, he takes the ribs. Why the ribs? Out of any part of the body. Well, if you notice, the ribs are closest to the breath. If you were back then, you're thinking your breathing comes near your ribs because they go in and out. It helps you to breathe. So, I don't know if this is a coincidence or there's a reason, but the ribs is the closest to breath, and you know the breath is another meaning for spirit. So maybe there's a correlation, maybe there's not. That's all I'm saying. Something to consider. I'm going to give you a lot of information just to consider. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. But information, and you make the judgment. If you want to make a judgment, you don't have to make a judgment. Just information, that's all. Okay, you have a good day, and see you on the next video.